Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk About Jesus podcast. Today we're talking about purpose beyond paychecks, finding kingdom purpose in business and work. We are just wrapping up a wonderful full-length presentation with our wonderful guest, Minister Philip Olami, and he gave a wonderful full-length presentation on that program, which was part of the 7 Mountain Prophecy series, number 5, Purpose Beyond Paychecks. So I would encourage everyone to go and listen to that, because what you're going to receive here on this podcast is just a bite-sized piece of that full meal. So you definitely want to make sure you go and listen to that so that you can be blessed by that word there. And so what we're going to do now is give him the question for the podcast, which is, how can believers view work, business, and economic influence as opportunities for kingdom stewardship rather than merely a means of earning a living? Over to you, sir.
Thank you again for this opportunity. Now, it can be achieved by taking on the mindset that we are here to make a difference. And when we have that mindset, it will help us not to be lost in the crowd. In the 2 Timothy chapter 4, Paul was talking to Timothy, and he was saying that be diligent to come to me quickly, because Demas has forsaken me, having loved this present world, and departed to Thessalonica. That means that Demas actually started out with a desire to know God's will by pleasing Him, by pursuing God. But along the way, he was enticed with the riches of iniquity. So the devil gave him a different purpose, and it became. And we are in the marketplace. Jesus is saying in the book of Matthew chapter 10, he said that I send you as sheep among wolves, therefore be wise as serpents and be harmless as doves. Meaning that we're sent for a purpose, and the purpose is to impact lives and to raise disciples. I've heard testimonies, and I've seen situations where someone came to me and he said, "Oh, I want to be like you." Now, this person, I never knew that this person was even watching whatever what I was doing. I said, "Well, I want to be like you. I want to be as calm as you." So we should not be lost. We should not be lost among those that were sent to save. Many of us, we go among those that we have been sent to save, and we get mixed up among them to the point that you'll not be able to pinpoint the difference between them and us. So we need to uphold values. We need to uphold different values that is higher than that of the opposition. Daniel was actually ganged up against, but God always wins as long as we keep him in focus. How about Joseph? He was lied against. He landed in the dungeon as a result. But because he upheld righteous standard, he did not lose focus. He was rewarded. I believe it's 2 Corinthians chapter 4 that talks about, said, do not lose heart, for we know that our outward man is perishing, yet the inward man is renewed day by day. He said, for our light affliction is but for a moment, and is working for us a far more exceeding weight of glory. So we need to understand, that the reason why we're here is because we have been given, we have been sent among these people to influence them, and not to take on their character, not to take on their way of life, but to stand in, to be different in our actions, in our relations. And when we stand for Jesus, it is very easy for people to know that this one is different. And I pray that God is going to help each and every one of us. I know a lot of people struggle with this, but it is not impossible. If you devote to knowing Jesus, there is something that the knowledge of Jesus does to you. It renews you. It gives you focus. It makes you to focus on what is really, really important. And that is going to affect the way you talk in the marketplace. It will affect the way you think. It will affect the way you behave. It will affect what we even respond, what we respond to. So we're going into the marketplace to lead, and not to take on the attitude and the characters of the world. He said, that we should not be unequally yoked with unbelievers. So we are going there to save. We are going there to be a good example. We're going there to influence them. I pray that God is going to help us in Jesus' name. So life is more than making a living. It is more about making impact. Lord help us.
Thank you so much for answering that question and for being on the Let's Talk About Jesus podcast and program. It's truly been a blessing having you with us.
Thank you.
All right, please stay with us in the studio. So our guest minister has taught us and told us today that we've been reminded that our work here, that God placed us here, is not just for a paycheck. Our businesses and everything that God has placed in our hands is for us to steward, and we're going to be held accountable for it. And so really been blessed by what he had to say on the program. If you've been blessed as well, we encourage you to go ahead and share this message and the full-length one with people who you know who might be blessed by it as well. And be on the lookout next week for another great podcast and program on the Let's Talk About Jesus Viewpoint Ministries International program. Have a blessed week.